Hello again, it's Teacher Ken, and today we're going to go over 5 more idioms that have to do with describing people. In yesterday's class, we went over big cheese, which means an important person, black sheep, which means a member of a family or group that shames them. We also went over tough cookie, which is a person that is very strong and can handle a lot of pressure. And we went over whistleblower, which is a person who always sees the bad things in other people and tells the boss or tells the person in authority. And we saw airhead, that's like a person that's a balloon head, that their head is only full of air, so they're really stupid. So now we're going to go ahead and look at gold digger, pain in the neck, go-getter, a know-it-all, a social butterfly. Gold digger is someone who has a relationship with someone else in an attempt to get his or her money. It doesn't matter. It can be a man or a woman. So the next one is a pain in the neck. Do you think it's a person who is very ambitious, or a person who thinks he or she knows everything, or someone who is friendly with everyone and enjoys spending time with groups of people? Or do you think it's someone who is very annoying? Yes, that's a pain in the neck, because people who are very annoying give you pain in the neck. They give you stress. So you need to stay away from people that are pains in the neck. Stay away, people with pains in the neck, right? Who are pains in the neck, sorry. Okay, and now we have a go-getter. And this one is a person who is very ambitious. So if you're a person who's working 12, 14, 16 hours a day, and you're always concentrating on the work you're doing, then you're a go-getter. You're a person that's trying to get more in life. You're trying to get that raise. You're trying to get that job, that promotion. Right? Okay, so now we have know-it-all. So who's a know-it-all? Well, this one's really easy. A person who thinks he or she knows everything. And maybe you've seen this type of person. This type of person in class, in school, he's like, I know the answer. I know the answer. I know. And in a conversation, he's the person who's always talking. He's always talking about himself and what he knows because he's a know-it-all. Or maybe he just likes to answer everything. That's a know-it-all. Excellent. So let's go over some images. First, of a gold digger, right? So a gold digger is a person who's trying to get money from someone usually someone who's older, because they expect that person to die soon, so they're trying to take their money. They're trying to take their money, right? And that's what a gold digger is. Now, a gold digger can also be a young woman after a young man and after his money, who wants to divorce him very soon or break up with him to try and take his money away, right? So here's another picture of a gold digger, right? She sees the car he's driving and she wants to be with him because she knows he has money. So that's a gold digger. A gold digger, it's a very negative saying, a very negative idiom that we call people who are trying to take money from others through emotion, through love, and through a romantic relationships. Okay, now let's go ahead and move with pain in the neck. For instance, people are not the only ones that can be pains in the neck. For instance, if your computer breaks down all the time, it can be your pain in the neck. Or let's say your car breaks down all the time, right? That can be your pain in the neck, right? So let's look at this picture right here. So if your car is breaking down all the time, that's a pain in the neck. Anything that causes you a lot of stress, that you need your wife or you need your husband to give you a massage, that's a pain in the neck. So just about anything, even your cell phone can be a pain in the neck. Or people can also be pains in the neck. So let's go on and move down to hard working. And I'm going to show you some pictures here. These are really good. So you can see a person here who's been working for a long time. This is a go-getter. He's a hard-working person, a go-getter. Now remember, always associate the idiom or the phrase with someone who you know. Let's say I know a guy, his name is Jack, and he works like 16 hours. He only sleeps like 4 hours or 5 hours a night, and he's working all the time. He almost looks like this guy right here. And he's a go-getter. It means he's a very, very hard worker, and he's working all the time. Like that picture also, right? Women can also be go-getters. They can be go-getters too. You know, anybody can be a go-getter. Okay, now let's go ahead and move on to the next one. A know-it-all. You know, this is the person who knows everything. He's a very annoying person. You could say that he's a pain in the neck too, because he tries to always be the one that knows everything, and nobody knows more than he does. And in front of everybody, he likes other people to look up to him and always ask him for questions. That's what a know-it-all. So remember, do you know anybody who's a know-it-all? If you do, it's an easy way to remember the phrase, know-it-all. And let's go ahead and look at social butterfly. So a social butterfly is a person who's always around other people, always having fun. A party animal can be a social butterfly. But nowadays, also we have a social media butterfly, which is a person who's very active on Facebook, very active on Twitter, on Yelp, on Google, on Instagram, and they're always online talking to people and talking to other people. So the idea of a social media butterfly is a person who's always online in the social media. Very good. Maybe you're a social butterfly. Maybe you know someone who is a social butterfly. Remember, connect what we're learning with real people, and that will help you remember the phrases that we're going through. Excellent. So there we have it. Gold digger, a person who's trying to get another person's money, usually through a romantic relationship. A pain in the neck. Anything that stresses you out. Anything that stresses you out, that causes you stress. A go-getter, and that's a person who's always working very hard. And you probably know someone like that. Or maybe you are someone like that. Who knows? A know-it-all. This is the person who's always answering all the questions. This is the person who's interrupting other people to try and tell them what they know and arguing with other people. That's a know-it-all. And a social butterfly and a social media butterfly, these are people who are always in the social scene. They're at the parties. They're online on Facebook, always commenting. So that's today's idioms. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and like down below if you liked it, and if you didn't like it, go ahead and give me a thumbs down. That's okay too. But I would rather like a like. And go ahead and subscribe to my channel for daily English learning classes. Bye-bye.